All right, guys, you're going to go into Excel and you're going to start a blank workbook and save it as Jan's budget. First thing you should do is to click on that, double click your OneDrive and double click your 7th computers folder and save it as Jan's budget. Pretty simple there. Okay. All right. Once you get here, you're just going to start filling this out as it says on the back of the sheet. So use that screenshot to help you out so you know where to put things. Don't worry about, I've made some of my cells bigger so that you can see the entries in the screenshot, but you don't need to worry about that. Yeah. Okay, now let's go ahead and format this so that it looks good, and then you can go ahead and enter the data and answer the questions. So it says to use your cell cursor to highlight cells A1 through F1, click merge and center, bold and center the title. So we're going to highlight A1 through F1, merge and center, bold, and we're going to make that font size 14. Okay, and then it says using the cell selector cursor, highlight cells A2 through F2, bold and center the heading, column headings, and fill it a color. So we're going to highlight A2 through F2, bold, center, don't choose merge and center, just choose center, fill those a color. Again, if the color you choose doesn't look good, obviously, this one you can't read, you'll need to change it. You might need to change your font color. Or if your color that you choose makes your font hard to read, how about that? That sounds better. Auto fit column A's width so that all the row titles fit. So you're going to hover your mouse between A and 1 and double click. You're going to bold and right align cells A3, A8, and A9. So the easiest way to do that is to click in A3, press and hold Control, click A8 and A9, bold those, and right align them. Again, you could do each of those individually if that's what you choose, but it's much easier when you just do it all together at once. Highlight cells B3 through F9. And click the accounting number format button. Then select cells B4 through E7 and click comma style. Okay. Now we're going to add cell borders much like we did for the other budget. We're going to highlight B8 through F8 and click top border. Then highlight B9 through F9 and click top double bottom border. Okay, now I'm going to enter the income and expenses for each week, and then I'll go back and do the formulas. Okay, so for week 1 I have income of $25. And it looks like we had an entertainment expense of $1.99 and clothing supplies for $13.79 and Starbucks after school for $4.50. That's food expense. So one thing it does say up there is any time you don't have a value, you put 0. So we don't have something for miscellaneous this week, we just enter 0. Up there it also says you will total the expenses by using the auto sum button. So you're going to highlight B4 through B8 and click auto sum. Then you're going to figure the savings here. So the savings is going to be following the budget formula. So you're going to start the formula with equals. Go up here and click on your income. Subtract your total expenses and press enter. And then you're going to repeat. So, or you'll answer the question. So how much did she spend this week? So on expenses this week, that's her total spending. She spent $20.28. How much was she able to save? $4.72. Remember, we're dealing with money, so you need to represent that when you answer these questions. All right, week 2. So for her allowance, she spent $40. And one of her expenses for food was $2.50. And she had 2 expenses for food. So we're going to go equals 2.5 plus 2.75. So we have a $2.50 food expense from the Mill Valley game, and then we have a $2.75 expense from school lunch. Then looks like we went to Target. We don't have an entertainment expense, and we went to Target and bought a shirt for $8.89, and we have no miscellaneous expense again. So we're going to go ahead and add up our expenses. So we're going to highlight C4 through C8, click auto sum, and then calculate our savings equals income minus total expenses. All right, for week 3, we have a $25 babysitting allowance, for babysitting and cleaning the house. And looks like we donated $4 to the food drive, so that's a miscellaneous expense. And we have an entertainment expense of $5.99 for our monthly Spotify. And so the other 2, we're going to go ahead and enter zeros, highlight our expenses and where our total expenses go, and click the auto sum button. Okay, so this one says, how much did she spend this week? Oops, sorry. So we also need to figure our total savings. So we're going to click equals, click in our income, subtract our total expenses, press enter. Okay. So how much did she save this week, or spend this week? So we would look here, find that answer, $9.99. And this one says, how much has she saved so far this week? So far this month. So we don't have to get out a calculator. I think I showed one class this on Friday. If you highlight the 3 numbers that you want to sum, savings, the 3 savings, and go down here, you can see the sum of $45.59. So that's how you would answer that question. Okay. She has for week 4, she has a babysitting, and she watched her sibling, washed her car, and mowed the lawn for $35. She went to a movie with friends for her entertainment expense. She walked to McDonald's after school to grab a snack, so $3.50 in food. And then we're going to put 0 for the other 2. Highlight our expenses and where we want the answer to go. Click auto sum. Go down here to our savings equals your total income, subtract your total expenses, press enter. Now we need to answer how much did she save this week. So you would look in her weekly savings here and write that answer down. Now it says, how much did she put towards her car savings account this month? So remember, we just did this. You can highlight these 4 numbers using your cell selector cursor, and then go down here and write $72.59. All right, so to answer the following questions, you're going to highlight the row of amounts and the total column cell and click the auto sum button. So you're going to highlight income, so B3 through F3. Click auto sum, B4 through F4, click auto sum, B5, or you can click in one of those that you did right and drag down to miscellaneous, and then you can highlight these 2 here because we use cell references and fill across. All right, and then it says, how much did Jan spend this month? So you would answer that question and then continue to answer the questions based on this. All right, when you are done, you're going to go to print this monthly budget. And so to do that, we need to add a header with your name in it. So we're going to go to Insert. Header and footer. And just type, your name, Mrs. Cruz, and then your hour. Okay. Then you're going to hit print. So file, print. Just print it to the black and white printer. You do not need to print to the color printer. Then you're going to go grab it off the printer and then come back. And for this part, you're going to get out of your header and footer. So you're going to go to View, Normal. Okay. Right here with your home ribbon on, you're going to go to, so what you do is you press Control, press and hold on Control, and then the button next to the one with the exclamation point is called the tilde accent. So you're going to press that, and that will turn on your formulas. Okay. So now I can see what formulas you entered. So for that, you need to change it or you're going to print 2 pages. So here you're going to go to Page Layout, Orientation, Landscape. Still not giving it to us. Okay, go here between A and 1 and double click, and that should go ahead and minimize that. And then hit print. So when you print this one, when you print this one, it should still say your name, and then go back. Please turn that in with your sheet, and then you can go into typing.com.